So this will be reality shows, and global warming part 3. So like I said, got all these problems. You say we got overpopulation. You say we got too many cow farts. Got to take food away from kids. You say we got people being terrorized by the criminal element south of the border. You're being terrorized by it now north of the border. And it'll get like south of the border if you don't do something about it. So we got all these problems. Let's start culling the criminal element out of our society. We're not going to feed you, clothe you, give you free medical and dental and all that stuff anymore. 2 strikes, gas or electric, your choice, buddy. Or like I said, build a big microwave, dozen at a time, just like Hot Pockets. That too extreme? Saying I'm just being an a-hole, I'm a racist, whatever. Well, let's look at the logic of it. Either they can come live with you, Oprah, LeBron, Stephen Colbert. We're going to take them, put them in your neighborhoods. You can feed and clothe them. Make sure they have free medical and dental. Now education, they all get education too now. You can take care of all that responsibilities. And we'll see how that goes. It'll be a reality show. Hands up, don't shoot. And you will be the one saying hands up, don't shoot in your own homes. So, and global warming, you know, hey, let's look at it logically. Here we are out here in these trucks. Every year we got new regulations, engine modifications, pollution control devices we have to pay for, the companies have to pay for. And until they work the bugs at them the first couple of years, we spend a lot of time in shops, spending thousands of dollars getting repairs, losing thousands and thousands of dollars in revenue, which all has to be made back up. So you got to charge higher rates on freight, or else you'll go out of business. And all those costs, those modifications and stuff to begin with, and there's the special treat we have too. It's called DEF fluid, diesel exhaust fluid, to wash our exhaust. Now I'm all for technology and stuff and making things better. They've gotten the mileage up on these things. They got some new designs coming out. We're supposed to be able to get another 40% efficiency out of them. I'm all for that. But here's the thing. It costs us money, and we have to pass those costs on, which eventually dwindles down to you. And you say you're for poor people? Well, we haul all the goods that go to the Walmarts and the grocery stores and everything else, and that mostly the poorer or middle class population of this nation uses. Those costs are passed on to you. Now, we're necessary. You want to live in a modern world where poor people can be fed? They can get the goods they need? We're necessary. We are a benefit to society. We are a benefit to poor people and working people around the world. Our industry. It's necessary in the world we live in to function. If we're not here, people are going to starve. You understand? We're necessary. Basketball, however, and the travel from basketball, all that jet travel, all the private coaches and every buses, coaches, in case some of you dimwits think I'm talking about the team coaches, are not necessary for human existence. That don't benefit the poor. What we do benefits the poor. The NBA doesn't benefit the poor. NFL doesn't benefit the poor. Why is the NFL tax-free anyway? Multi-billion-dollar industry, not doing a damn bit of good. They're not. There's nothing you can say NFL or NBA does to better human existence. Nothing. Takes up a couple hours of your time to watch the stupid game. You could be doing something else constructive. There's no benefit for humanity in what you do. Benefits the players. them big ass contracts, benefits the TV stations, them big ass revenues they get from them, benefits the leaders, the owners and stuff of the teams and the NFL and the NBA and all that. Benefits them, doesn't benefit poor people. In fact, poor people even lose more money because a lot of them gamble on the crap. So if we're worried about global warming, let's start getting rid of the unnecessary stuff before we demonize the parts of society that are necessary, that use fossil fuels, like industry, like trucking, like everything else that uses fossil fuels so you can even exist. All right, you exist, you can exist and have the life you have because of industries and how they've been able to use fossil fuels and everything. And while we're talking about the costs for engines and exhaust treatment systems and stuff and everything, especially DEF. Do you know what DEF is? Diesel exhaust fluid. It's a lovely thing. Find a litter box and somebody who has a cat that has a urinary tract infection and wait for them to go.
Attention, a new important message has arrived.
Wait for them to go tinkle and then get you a good whiff of that. Boy, isn't that swell on a hot summer day when you're pumping that stuff into a tank that you had to pay for to have put on your truck. Isn't that special? Go get a whiff of that and everything. But anyhow, and biofuels and stuff like this, over a certain percentage of biofuel, I'm in the shop. A lot of trucks out here, the sensors and stuff and the way they burn fuel and stuff, if there's too much bio in the fuel, you're heading to the shop. It screws up the filters, it screws up everything. Got to get the codes reset, got to get all your filters changed. Some of the truck stops don't bother to put how much biofuel you're putting into your tank, so you don't know until you go down the road and the lights come on the dashes that you need to go to a shop. So, but let's look at that. We're necessary. We should be getting tax-free. Truck drivers should be getting tax-free. We're necessary for humanity to thrive and survive. NFL isn't necessary for humanity to thrive and survive. Why are they a 501c? Every truck driver out here should be a 501c. We're necessary for humanity to survive and thrive. NFL isn't. NBA isn't. You know, you got all these environmentalists in Southern California every weekend jamming up I-15 going to Vegas. Jamming up I-50. Oh, it's going to be really jammed now that Vegas has opened up and they haven't been able to get up there. Same thing Colorado. Ski season every weekend. And their Subarus on the way up to the slopes. Care about the environment. Care about the environment. Hey, Mr. Truck Driver, you got to put all this extra equipment on your truck. You're a polluter. We want you all to pay carbon tax. Hey, everybody piling in the Subaru. It's snowing. You see, because of spin doctors and all this illogical crap that they throw at you on the evening news every night and stuff, how messed up people's minds are. And now we're going to give you weed so you can be even more dumbed down and not think things through. So, I don't know, America. What kind of future do you want? One that doesn't look at things rationally, logically, some common sense? Or one that just throws out things like, well, you're a racist. You know? And before we go to all these other fuels and we got to make everything electric and everything, let's get rid of all the subsidies and stuff like that first and look at the real numbers and the real costs and things like that. Because you can't have true scientific data if you're skewing it. You know, what does biofuels really cost us and everything? Are we getting anything? Tell you what, if there's a lot of biofuel in my fuel, my mileage goes down. And it's usually more expensive. So I got to buy more. So it's not saving anything. Because if my mileage goes down, I'm buying more. It means I'm burning more. But no, because there's subsidies and stuff for that in Congress and people and lobbyists and, you know, I hate to say it, even farmers groups and stuff like that are all for it and stuff. Even though it may not be doing one damn bit of good except making the prices of goods at your local store higher. But the basketball teams, get them on the jet. There's a game tomorrow. Let's go burn some fossil fuels, Jack. Get to the game. You care for the poor, right? Well, yeah. Well, then why are you burning all those fossil fuels and causing global warming and making life hard on farmers in Africa who can't grow crops because of global warming? Why you care? You're social warrior, justice warrior, aren't you? Into so many causes for poor people and people of color. Well, you're burning all that fossil fuel. They say it's hurting farmers in Africa. They say it's hurting villagers on such and such an island somewhere. We don't need basketball players. We don't need criminals. You know, even NASCAR. I don't know. Maybe NASCAR burns alcohol. I don't know what its effects are. Maybe they're 100% biofuel, whatever. But still, they got to travel from city to city. Load them cars up on trucks. We don't even need that. So let's start looking at things at logical order. Instead of the spin doctors and the irrational news people. The news people who don't have a freaking clue, who get scripts put in front of them, who give their opinions on things they have no knowledge about or anything, and make millions and millions of dollars and also jet set around the world burning fossil fuels. Who have news shows that there used to be a thing you had to give like the counterpoint. You had to give somebody airtime for rebuttal. They don't do that anymore. You watch any of the morning news shows, any of the evening ones, any of the talk radio, any of that, there's no one there with any rebuttal. There's no one to say, yeah, but wait a minute. And even if they do, then you call them a racist. Then you call them somebody who doesn't care. You're an environmental terrorist. They got all kinds of names, even when you do offer information to contradict the claims they're making. Then you get into the name-calling crap. So, what a bright future we have, America. What a bright future. It's 2020. We should be way past, way more evolved and able to discuss things and handle problems that we have. But we let politics and spin doctors and race baiters and all these other kind of people muddy up the waters. So that the truth, you can't find the truth, you can't figure out what to do because they buried it. They buried it with all their crap. And then they want to give you weed, make it even harder for you to think and get through all their crap. There we go. Yeah, the future's so bright. What's that song? I gotta wear shades. I gotta wear my glasses. I gotta wear shades. Yeah, the future's so bright. Holy mackerel. Holy mackerel. I think we're on the edge of a toilet looking down. That's what I think. Unless you people get your shit together. Anyway, wish you all the best out there. God bless. We'll catch you next time. Adios.